Engineering the Internet of Things. I think yesterday the whole morning session was around Internet of Things, Industry 4.0, Industrial Internet of Things. I think we have heard a lot of things around this topic, and the art of possible has already, I think everybody has articulated it. So what am I going to cover in the next 20 minutes? I just want to ensure that there won't be any repeat of any of the sessions, and instead I want to look at, more than looking at futures down, 5 years down the line, what can happen. Let's look at what other companies and our own counterparts in India and rest of the world, how they are embracing this and why they are embracing it. And is there anything that we can pick up from there, and what elements needs to be put in together, and how we can start the journey. So I want to focus next 20 minutes around that, around some key examples and some suggestions about how we can also adopt it effectively. So I think let's look at the past. 5 years back, I had only my laptop which was connected to the internet. Now if I look at my home, I have a laptop for me, and there is a personal laptop at home, and there is iPad mini, and my TV is connected to the internet, and also whatnot. And if you look at it as an average adult at your home, you can reflect in every one of you. You have more than 2 to 3 devices which are connected to the internet. We never imagined this pace of adoption in the last 5 years. And this is at that inflection point, probably 5 years down the line, you will see that I never imagined the Internet of Things are so much connected to devices around us. So, and second thing is like, okay, this is good. Okay, this is giving us a confidence that this concept is going to take forward. But why we are talking about it in this conference and why there is so much buzz about it? One is diminishing communications and devices costs all over the world, which is in a way that evolved the smartphone adoption for such a fast pace. It is going to, improve the adoption of M2M and Internet of Things for the coming year. Number 2, digital forces adoptions on the businesses as well as on the end users level, and statutory and regulatory environments. I think after that Mexico oil well burst. Now if you look at oil and gas companies, they are looking for how I can trace each and every part which gets into the under the sea or above the sea. And similarly, if you look at life sciences, how I can trace up to the raw material from where it is coming till it reaches the end customer. And so these are already evolving, and going forward, the traceability and looking at who has done what is going to be driving across the countries and across the industries. And availability of advanced analytics frameworks. Now so much data can keep coming at us, how to make sense of it. And good thing is like now big data analytics and frameworks are fast evolving, and already there is a adoption on the enterprise level, and there is a increasing adoption on the shop floor and the business level also. I will share you some of the examples today. And fifth, I think the beauty is like this is everybody's game. So there is a pie for every player in these industries. So if I take smartphones, there is a pie for from semiconductor level till an apps developer who is sitting in his home, office home. So everybody is involved into the game to develop it. So that particular concept is, or will also take it forward for IoT area. So when I think about IoT solutions, we are concentrating mainly on 3 benefits that we can look at it. One is productivity improvement, smarter services, and innovative products and solutions. We'll just give a glimpse of, okay, what is in it for me? So either I think in this audience we have either an equipment manufacturer or an end user companies. So let's think about a scenario as an end user. If my suppliers know what I am doing and what problems I am undergoing before I know it, and they fix it for me before I escalate to them, and my productivity goals and my throughput goals are always on target, and everything is done through the enablement of the technology. And I may also able to offer my end customer, who is the utility customer or my end users, different business models as an end user company. And if I think about an equipment manufacturer, can I know my customer much better? Can I have a complete lock-in with my end user company? And will I be able to offer more than just a piece of equipment? Can I offer him value-added services in a continuous manner in a way that my top line and bottom line improves? So in this, there is a value for every segment of the player and for every end users as well as the equipment manufacturer. I think I will probably skip this slide because billions and trillions have been projected as a value creation potential in this concept. So how the value chain looks at it? I think there are different perspectives everybody can derive out of IoT if you look at from a network point of view, if you look at from a software point of view, etc. So we looked at it from business users if they want to adopt it, what solution elements and how many stages it needs to be looked at it. So at the bottom you have how I can make my equipments or assets express itself. When I mean that it expresses where am I, what am I doing, how am I doing, and also if it can tell me the information around what is happening around me. So if I enable at the bottom level where they send the equipments and assets are ability to express through sensors and other smarter devices, then it is able to communicate through Zigbee, or there are so many protocols available. Right protocols, it is able to communicate up to the connected devices platform, which always listens for information coming from the sensors. And you have big data analytics frameworks, which makes the data and forms into an information, whereby you are able to make decisions. And you are able to extend that to all the stakeholders involved, from your service engineer, operations engineer, to the corporate, everybody, through connecting to the existing systems, ERP, PLM, SRM, SLM. So it is from sensors level till the software level, the layers needs to be built. So that is how the value chain looks at it. So this is one such framework that we have done in TCS, and this is called Connectivity Framework and Real-Time Information Platform for Services and Analytics and Cloud. What it enables is, it is able to listen, connect any sensors, and it has a listening platform which will listen for information coming out of the sensors. It has APIs which can connect to the application developers, and it has APIs which can connect, which can give views for the different types of end users. Also it can connect to the cloud, and it has inherent big data framework, analytics framework developed for this. So this is just one such example. So I'm going to spend probably next 5-6 minutes in giving a glimpse of how this platform as well as how our customers are adopting it effectively. And the use cases are different. I have purposefully brought in multiple industries, not specifically a cement industry or a chemical industry in this case, because just to look at it, the concept is like there is no one way of doing things. So we will see it in a bit. I think connected cars and connected opportunities, I think we all know cars are now expressing themselves. So one particular thing is like now car has become an information hub, it has become an entertainment hub, it has also becoming a safety hub when you are outside your home. So everything is driven out of sensors. Now a car has so many sensors around the car, inside the car, and what it has enabled is, it is able to communicate very effectively. And one of the cases, like now these services are not only offered by the OEMs or the car manufacturers, now even the telecom service providers are getting into the car. Now there is a case in US where we are working in the telecom service provider is offering a connectivity for the car on the move through LTE, as well as when it reaches a particular devices, automatically it will move to a Wi-Fi hub in that, and they are offering on-demand services, whether it is video on demand as well as services on demand. You can operate you can lock your car irrespective of the places through telecom network. You can watch your car irrespective of the places where you are, and you can ensure that where the car cannot go, like beyond this particular limit, the car shouldn't go, a parental control. So lots of things are possible how a telecom provider is getting into the car. So I think cars we have talked about. Let me take you to personal level. Personally, so if there is somebody after operations and you need to monitor the patient, and somebody, especially this case is like old age patients where daily and continuous monitoring is needed for them. So what happens is like currently, yes, there is a nurse or somebody visits daily, makes a record, and then they talk to the doctor, and doctor is able to give suggestions, etc. So, but the minor alerts that you see in the system is never seen because it is at a periodic interval. If I am able to measure this on a continuous manner, and again these devices are consuming low bandwidth and low energy Bluetooth protocols, etc. So it is able to talk. All the devices are able to talk to the cloud, and you have all the information, and it sends alerts to your family doctor, and he is able to find out if his pressure level is going like this, probably I need to correct it. What changes in the medicine I need to give him, or how do I alert the system? So the entire life cycle and how you enable the remote monitoring of the patient effectively. And so the same scenario, if I am able to operate my home and my fridge when I am out for a vacation, when I change my fridge to power on mode through mobile anywhere in the world, and before I reach home, if I kept rice in my oven, I inform the oven to cook it so that within 20 minutes when I reach home it is ready for the kids. Or before my kids, when they come from the school to the home, and if they need Maggi, if it is ready, and if I can inform the machines to do that, that is the connected home, and it also calls for from bottom to top. So here we have also extended the connected home to connected buildings and connected utilities. I mean, whereby at the bottom level you can have gas utility, electric utility, and you have water utility device, water utilities meters can be converted into a smart meter. We have already done that, and those smart meters can be taken further. It can connect to the devices, and you are also able to extend that to your smarter devices, your mobile phones or your tablets, etc. And the same information is available. What is the trend you are happening? Which particular thing is consuming more energy, and why it is taking, and what is the efficiency of the equipments. And also that information can be fed back up to the utility company. They can track, okay, this particular user is a heavy user, this particular user is, you see the trend and you make decisions on top of it. And currently we have implemented this system for 50 facilities within TCS. And now we can track what is the efficiency of my chillers, why particular chiller from particular vendor is more efficient than the other one at a particular load condition, at a particular outage, when it runs on diesel versus when it runs on load fluctuation patterns. We can look at everything, and tremendous savings we have achieved just implementing in 50 locations, 50 facilities within TCS. So let me extend that further into, this is a customer in UK where the number of assets are in millions, and pumping stations, this is an utility customer, water utility, pumping stations all across United Kingdom, and it's all on remote locations, and you cannot always monitor it effectively. And at the same time that your customers are demanding, they need to know beforehand, before you shut up for maintenance for a particular pumping station, etc. They need to know well in hand. They need to know when exactly, at what time it will be restored, and not with a larger allowance. I think I can always say tomorrow there won't be any water for you, you store it the earlier day. But that is not the case. They want, if it is an hour, you make it happen within an hour. How do I make everything happening across the continent? And by remotely monitoring it. So all your sensors at the pump level till your operations management level, it's all integrated, and it connects to the top, and also it has been enabled into the mobility, so that a service engineer schedule will be scheduled, and end customer will be informed on time, and when a particular flood is expected from the weather warning systems, they will be able to inform the customer, because of this reason you won't be able to have this particular facility, and this is the time when we are expecting to restore it. So customer is happy. He has well informed system. There is no ad hoc, there is no surprises for him. So this is a way how you can excite your customer or enlighten your customers, even if I am an end user company. So this is another case within India, one of our own counterparts. So this is a large value assets on chiller units. So they have it in all over India. So all the chiller units are connected through RTU, SCADA, and it is able to take alerts from that, and how I can run analytics to predict, and also how I can extend into the schedule of my service engineers to go to those particular chillers before a failure happens. So just to give a glimpse, because if you look at it, it has no restriction as such. An asset can be a human, an asset can be a large value asset, it can be a very small value, even a wall or a small, smart energy meter. At the same time, what you can achieve is, you can improve the productivity beyond our imagination. We can completely change the services that we are offering to end customer as well as to my end user. And I can offer innovative solutions which was not thought about before. The technology currently it offers, it is not a one single technology. I always treat IoT as a concept. It has multiple technology elements. Stitching it together can make a tremendous difference. So how we can move ahead? So every one of us, how we can think about it. This is just some of the guidelines that we have seen with our customers, which we thought of sharing it with you. One is, make sure that you are not thinking for just a small incremental improvement in your system. This brings a tremendous opportunity to completely rethink ourselves. Let's think about what our end customer, it is not even an end user, I can think about his customer. What is that pain points I can solve? What is that differentiation I can bring it to them? Let's focus on customer value realization. And it cannot be done by sitting in one corner office. Because all these elements of the technology, all the elements of the solution life chain, it impacts across the stakeholders within the organization. From a business owner or a P&L owner level till your customer service team and a marketing team. So it needs, what value you are going to provide to your customer needs to be structured together with this team, so that everybody's point has been taken, and because it is going to impact everybody's life. So it needs to be brought in together with all the teams, and the technology solutions, it is not available in any one single company. It is not in-house, it is not from one single partner, so it is not that way. What is the customer value I am going to deliver? And for that, what elements I need to put it together? And it needs to be built with an ecosystem. Either you build your own ecosystem, or you choose a partner who is part of that ecosystem, who can bring other players into this. For example, TCS, we have built an ecosystem till analytics framework and cloud framework, digi platform, etc. So across 5-6 levels, we have built an ecosystem, and we are continuous to build it, because the technology keeps on coming in, and you need to be aware of it. You need to continuously look out for opportunities to improve the current scenario much better. So it needs to be built with an ecosystem. And all but not least, your processes are not going to stay as it is today. It is going to impact every element, from a requirements gathering, if you think about an equipment manufacturer, from a requirements gathering till you serve your customer, it is going to change. If I am an end user company, how I am operating my current environment, whether it is preventive maintenance or predictive maintenance, or whether I know I have a control of my environment or I just manage the environment. It can change a whole lot of things if we touch the right elements, and how all the processes can take views of the data and the information that comes through it and make meaningful decisions out of it. So across the value chain, it has a potential to impact. And if you look at all the three angles, from the processes as well as from the stakeholders as well as from the technology, focusing on our customer, there is tremendous value this concept can bring it to each one of us. And thank you for your time. So I just want you to rethink and reimagine yourself. The possibilities are out there. Thank you very much.